Please all rise. The university banner enters. I am opening the inauguration ceremony for the academic year 2023-2024. I will now ask the choir to sing the national anthem.
Jeszcze Polska nie zginęła, kiedy my żyjemy. Co nam obca przemoc wzięła, szablą odbierzemy. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączył się z narodem. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączył się z narodem. Przejdzie Wisłę, przejdzie Wartę, będzie Polakami. Dał nam przykład Bonaparte, jak zwyciężać mamy. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączył się z narodem. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączył się z narodem. Jak Czarniecki do Poznania po szwedzkim zaborze, dla ojczyzny ratowania wrócił się przez morze. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączył się z narodem. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączył się z narodem. Już tam ojciec do swej Basi mówi zapłakany. Słuchaj, jeno, pono nasi biją tarawany. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączył się z narodem. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączył się z narodem.
Dziękuję bardzo. Proszę Państwa o zajęcie miejsc. Szanowni Państwo, pozwólcie, że serdecznie
Let me welcome our honored guests who present us today. I hope there will be nothing inappropriate if we accept this method. I shall now first list our guests and then please give them a round of applause. Welcome, Ms. Karolina Zioło, Deputy for the Senate Chancellor. Welcome Dr. David Kostecki, Director of Academic Exchange, who will speak to us a few words later. Welcome Krzysztof Skolimowski, Deputy for the Mayor from Makotów District. I would like to welcome Professor for Medical Science, Dr. Przudek, who will speak in a lecture to us later today. Welcome Mr. Busan Sadigova, Secretary for the Azerbaijan Republic. I would like now to welcome our friends
akademickiego
from the academic community
nas dzisiaj wspólnie
who have gathered today with us.
serdecznie witam pana profesora doktora habilitowanego
Welcome Professor
Krzysztofa Zarembę i jego
Krzysztof Zaremba,
rektora Politechniki Warszawskiej.
rector of the Warsaw Polytechnical University.
Witam profesora
Welcome Professor Sławomir Żurek,
studentów jakości kształcenia
rector to the Scientific Committee for Warsaw University. Professor Chłoń Tomiczak, Vice Dean for the Warsaw Economic School. Professor Akademik Jędrzejewska, Personal Director for the Warsaw University for Medical Matters. Professor Andrzej Kościuk, Deputy Dean for the Frederick Chopin University. Professor Boguslaw Milarski, Rector for the Finance Matters from the Theological Academy. Professor Marek Sokłosa, International Cooperation, Rector for the Kardynał Wyszyński University. Professor Jan Kurzyk, Deputy to Military Academy. Professor Tomaszewski, Deputy Rector for the Physical Academy in Warsaw. Professor Aleksander Jajasz from Leon Kaźmiński University. Professor Kamila Ksiuda, Prorector for the SWPS University. Until now, Humanist and Science University. Congratulations on the improvement and change. Professor Jan Rola from the Special Academy University. Professor from the Korczak Academy, Dr. Zińska, Scientific Rector from the Collegium Civitas Academy, Dr. Cieciora, Dean from the Polish-Japanese Science Academy, Dr. Janusz Bieniek from the Military Academy, Dr. Jan Markisz from the Catholic Academy in Warsaw. It is a very distinguished group of our academic friends. Please give them a round welcome. I would also like to welcome representative of the medical environment who have gathered with us today. Welcome Professor Wojciech Marciński, Deputy for the Military Academy for the Medical Matters. Professor Jagielska, Chairperson from the hospital in Warsaw. Ms. Jędrysik, Chairperson for the Copernicus Science and Medical Academy. Dr. Migdał from the Children's Health Hospital. Ms. Sitko from the Nursery and Care Academy. Professor Maciejak from the Psychiatric and Neurological Institute. Mr. Drozdowski, Clinical Institute for the Medical Aviation Academy. Deputy Director for the Mother and Child Institute. and the director from the specialist hospital, name of the Warsaw Academies. Please welcome all the gathered. I would also like to welcome representatives of the legal community. Judge Pawełczyk, leader for the Judge Council, chairperson for the regional court in Warsaw, chairperson for the Żoliborz district, judges from the administrative court, and judges from the voivodeship administrative court. Also chairperson for the Notary of the Republic of Poland Society. I would like to welcome Dr. Kwaśniewski, and Mr. Kamiński, chairperson of the local electronic chamber of the commerce, chairperson for the telecommunication and IT matters, and distinguished guests from the IT and telecommunication community. I'd like to inform you about the letters, congratulational letters we have received on the opportunity of starting our academic year. We have received those letters from Mr. Morawiecki, Prime Minister, from Minister of Education, Mr. Czarnek, from Health Ministry, Mr. Bromber, from the President of the Warsaw, Mr. Trzaskowski, from the leader of the accreditation community, Secretary of the Science Excellence, head of the Warsaw Rectors University Association, from the rector of the Częstochowa University, from the rector of the Korczak University, from the rector of Medical University in Łódź, from the rector of the Medical University in Wrocław, from the rector of the University of Medical Science in Gdańsk, and from Prorector University in Rzeszów. The letters will be published on our website. Please consult them if you will. Let me just quote fragments of the two of those. From the Prime Minister, Mateusz Morawiecki. He believes that inauguration is a special time and time to implement new plans, make effort to start a new stage of learning, points out the necessity to internationalize Polish science between our and foreign research centers, mentions initiatives related to the Copernican year, mentions the Copernican Academy Awards and prizes, and signing the Toruń Declaration on freedom of scientific conduct, research, and debate. Mentions the second largest multilateral cooperation program between universities, CEPUS, and adds, ladies and gentlemen, I wish that Łazarski University New Year would be the time to fulfill our ambitions, research passions, and take advantage of opportunities that future brings for the common good. Also, short fragment from the Minister of Science Minister, who remembers the anniversary for National Education Committee, mentions the necessity for innovative research institutes, and says this offer will be directed to the PhD doctorates as well as professors. There will be 120 such units implemented this year. He also mentions the need to adapt educational offer to the changing job market. And adds at the end of the letter, I wish everybody inspiration to work, courage to take new challenges, and great satisfaction in your work. Long live the Academy, long live the professors. We thank very much for all the kind letters, which will definitely help us to gather energy and courage in front of the challenges which wait this year. I will now mention a few words from myself, as I wish to shorten my speech. Dear gathered Senate, students, guests, please welcome to academic anniversary 2023-2024. This year is specific to us, as we have had 30th anniversary of our university. A lot of things have changed, including our name. We have gathered our new campus. We are extending our educational offer, opening new directions, majors. Since 1993, when Dr. Łazarski started private School of Commerce and Law, as that's the historical name of our university, we have had 30,000 students in our walls. We hope that this development will continue, and the next 30 years will bring a lot of reasons for joy, pride, and satisfaction. I would like to mention the people who left us in January 2023. Very big saddened. We learned about the death of Mr. Krzykotowski, our teacher, and our two students. We also lost our PhD doctorate. Please raise and commemorate our dearly departed with a minute of silence. Thank you very much. New beginning is a time for summarizing and opening. This was not only for us, but for every university, intensive period. We believe the achievements testify to the high level of this work. I would like to mention our high ranking, the 4th ranking in the perspective ranking. We also enjoy very much ratios mentioned on the employability of our graduates. Legal department has been the first in the ranking for the fourth time, according to Gazeta Prawna ranking. It is the 13th time in such ranking. And according to Rzeczpospolita, second place in the ranking on the legal students' councils. Every university has been evaluated. Ministry of Education and Science conducts such evaluations. All our disciplines have been highly ranked. Medical, economics, finance, international relations have been graded B+ level and legal A+ level. As you can see, it's the highest possible rank. Only 2 other universities have reached such high grade. Those ranks enable us to lead PhD studies and give PhD doctorates to our students. All our personnel has worked intensively, and we have been developing, extending our educational offer. Management department develops scientific increase with local and international universities, signs agreements with business partner all around the world. In the new academic year, the biggest specialization will be conducted with such business partners. We will introduce and develop already existing majors according to the major needs of the job market. Among others, decentralized finance, data science. Our law faculty is extending its offer and cooperates with aviation division. We have signed an agreement with Polish Airlines port, which have joined with the Central Aviation Port. We have introduced new major aviation management as a response to the highly specialized experts in the aviation industry. This year, we have organized international conference dedicated to drones that hosted over 40 countries' delegates. Students have been very effective in acquiring grants and university funds. Several of us, our students, have received such grants this year. Our newest faculty, medical faculty, is developing very dynamically, cooperating with the Italian, Spanish, and Mexican academia. I would like to mention the high grades of our students during the final medical exam. Our students have taken second place among all the universities, medical science in whole Poland. Recently, we have graduated medical faculty students. This year, first students have left the walls of our university as doctors. Our postdoctoral degree department is also working very effectively, cooperating with business companies and cooperating with companies, improving the qualities. Over 60 majors is being offered as a postdoctoral degrees. For example, science of the air energy as a response to the present job market requirements. We are looking forward to new academic challenges. We will certainly intensively work on increasing the grants for the highly publicized quotations, try to increase our educational offer for new technologies as artificial intelligence, and support active engagement, not only our students, but also those who have left already alma mater. Let me just mention our academic technology and information and Warsaw University of Technology departments who will be running training and certificate in such framework starting this year. Dear first-year students, you are now the most important students today. It is your celebration, and it is for you we will sing Gauder Matus. You are about to join academic community. Please remember, this introductory act is not just an honor, but also obligation to proudly represent a student of Warsaw University. We are glad that you have chosen our university and will put all efforts not to disappoint you and not regret your choice. We will be following your successes in sport, professional and personal achievements. Please use the time the best you can, not only for science, but also for day-to-day activity of our university. Thank you. Thank you for the speech. Today's university inauguration will be run by two students, Milena Walczyk and Piotr Waczyński. Please now welcome Dr. Dawid Kostecki, Director of National Agency for Academic Exchange. Your Magnificence, Director, High Senate, Excellencies, representatives for academic community, dear faculty and staff of university, and first of all, dear students and PhD doctorate students. It is my great pleasure and honor to say a few words about National Exchange for Academic Exchange, how important it is to internationalize our Polish science prestige. Allow me to say, on preparing for today's speech, I reached to the roots that Rector mentioned, 30 years of work of our university, work at the non-public university, special, different dynamic university, but also facing different, sometimes more challenging problems ahead of us. 30,000 graduates and high score for the education for politics, politicians, administratives, business people, intellectual capital and the ambassadors of our university who function right now in our economic reality. Rector mentioned the important mission for university, which is international with business and social activities. Our graduates are involved in such academic inaugurations like today. But of course, as a lawyer and as a new scientist, I have decided to look into statistics, how law faculty works. And indeed, the A+ grade is impressive. This score is really astounding, comparing with other universities who theoretically have been renowned. It would suggest their ranking be much higher. Instead, Mazarski University has achieved a spectacular success, and a respect is owed when it is due. The level of complexity for evaluation was much higher than the science of sports performance. Since 2017, we have a medical faculty at university, which is very successful, and those graduates will enter job market. Being a graduate and adapt to the job market develops confidence in a practical tool that our university are getting at this university. It's very important to be able in future to satisfy the requirements of the job market and academic community cooperation. Such transfer of knowledge is operating very well. This work of academic exchange agency is also our success. I would like to encourage you to take advantage of our offer. Our university has taken advantage of the Welcome to Poland program and met with positive welcoming of such initiative. It's just the beginning. The internationalization process in the shape of 90 international agreements requires very intensive work. How to do this? This is the face-to-face direct contact. It's strategic partnership program. On the 24th of October, this program starts running. This will be very significant and has already met with good response. Every 3-4 days a month on average, I receive questions. When will this start? When will this be working? Finding one partner minimum, 6 partner international minimum, and considering the costs of such cooperation for both sides, there are no limits in such approach. We are offering common solutions, but also encourage university to initiate such formats. Exchange, doctoral cooperation, symposia, common projects in research. Also, as far as the master and the learner relationship is concerned, do not forget about administrative and faculty, very often undervalued. Such program makes it possible to increase the quality of formation for people directly involved in the process of didactic and education. Such visits, exchange of experience, building practice works very well on international matter. Such ranking, such high score is very good. New generation of students enters the university which has a good traditions. They will be able to follow and get inspired not only for science but also to join join the pleasant and learning, increasing language competences, foreign program stages, international exchanges. We do this. We do this internationalization, but not such as a value in itself. It means not only the international aggression of Russia against Ukraine and COVID-19 have demonstrated that international aspect is a means to an end. The mobility is very important now. Hybrid learning is very popular and has been rarely introduced before. So such transfer from the traditional into modern hybrid work is a chance to build even seemingly exotic partners. Sometimes the only obstacle in connection is the time zone limits. Email correspondence or social relationship enable building partnerships on a completely new level. We also create excellence, scientific excellence. We approach science in the way that it has no limits. Everybody can find their partner or a person with a similar frame of mind, and those interests can be introduced on a certain platform. It can be done as scientific conferences, meeting face-to-face preferences, networking between delegates, and our university guarantees that and gives you an opportunity to do that. There's one more phenomena which is important from the point of view of future of science, and that is internationalization at home. We have mentioned the budget of 2021 and 2022 at the same level, but the indicators have happened to be introduced. How did it happen? How was it possible? Well, the solution was internationalization at home. Virtual learning forms, visiting professors, hybrid learning systems gave a chance to support those indicators to make them happen. Ironically, crisis created some sort of solution, but also reformed our approach to didactic methods. We have developed new platforms for creation, education, virtual learning systems. Such virtualization is now a constant part of academic community. I believe, thanks to very good faculty and professors, you will be able to implement these issues in a new way with the new students. This transfer of science will benefit both students, scientists, PhD doctorates, candidates, those who will create our new reality. One more thing is the strategy for internalization, which we accepted on Friday last week. I cannot imagine Łazarski University missing in that strategy. All the public and non-public academia want to be a part of it. This is one of the foundations for building modern science. Such strategy has been established. It's a point of entry to further debate and development. Please be active in such debate. And to finish, I would like to wish all the students that the new academic year gave you a lot of satisfaction, joy, develop your science passions, so that your professors could contribute and maybe even International Exchange Academy could do that. We are all ready to work towards internalization. I believe a lot depends on you, how you guide yourself and which decisions you follow. We believe you have the potential to make such choices. The proof is your presence here today. To quote one of the great minds of the 20th century, Albert Einstein, he says, "It is a great teacher who can make joy in gaining science and education." I wish you all that joy. Long live universities, long live the teachers. Now we shall move to a special point of today's ceremony. Based on the resolution of the President of Poland from the 2022 August 27th for decorating merits in activities, Dr. Przemysław Sustakiewicz will be given the Silver Cross of Merit. This Cross of Merit is given to people whose contributions go beyond the scope of ordinary duties and bring special benefits to the state and people. And therefore we are very pleased that this was given to one of our professors. Please welcome Professor Przemysław Sustakiewicz, the laureate of the Cross of Merit. Dear guests and all gathered, please, I would like to thank the authorities of the university, which I do not treat as a distinguishment for myself, but for all of those who work with me at University of Łazarski University. If I were to mention this, it would take longer than the professor rector's speech. I will not mention them, but I do give heartfelt thanks to all of those who worked with me. I can only say I have been very positively surprised. When I receive something, I am surprised. Even if I am one of the marked for the win, I am still surprised. This time, I was marked to not necessarily win, and yet we did. Thank you very much, Professor Rector Rogalski. We will now proceed to today's Rector's Awards. We will begin by the Faculty of Economics and Management. Those of laureates who will be given awards, please proceed to the stage. And they are Professor Fischer, Professor Beck, Dr. Lasch, Anastazja Męczykowa, Valeria Jersz. Please come to the stage. For outstanding scientific achievements, Professor Józef Fischer receives an award. For outstanding scientific achievements, Professor Krzysztof Beck. For outstanding organizational achievements goes to Anastazja Męczykowa. For outstanding scientific achievements, award goes to Valeria Jersz. Thank you, and now we shall move on to Law and Administration laureates. We'll ask to the stage Professor Ryszard Stefański, PhD Justyna Król-Całkowska, PhD Aneta Łazarska, PhD Tomasz Braun. For outstanding didactic achievements, award goes to Professor Ryszard Stefański. For outstanding scientific achievements, award goes to PhD Justyna Król-Gałkowska. For outstanding organizational achievements, award goes to PhD Aneta Łazarska. For outstanding scientific achievements, award goes to PhD Tomasz Braun. Congratulations to all the laureates. And now the awards for the faculty from the medical department. Please welcome to the stage Dr Katarzyna Dąskow-Łysoniewska, PhD Krzysztof Wróbel, PhD Dagmara Bartczak-Szermer, PhD Tomasz Szafrański, PhD Maciej Zarębiński. For outstanding organizational achievements, award is given to PhD Katarzyna Dąskow-Łysoniewska. For outstanding scientific achievement, award goes to PhD Krzysztof Wróbel. For outstanding scientific achievement, award goes to Dr. Dagmara Bartczak-Szermer. For outstanding didactic achievements, award goes to PhD Tomasz Szafrański. For outstanding scientific achievement, award goes to PhD Maciej Zarębiński. Congratulations to all laureates. Please be seated. Our lecturers gather still great qualifications. And now we will move on to the next stage where we'll give award habilitation doctoral degree diplomas. Please welcome Dr. Małgorzata Sieracka to allow doctoral diplomas. Please welcome Dr. Blanka Stefańska and Dr. Błażej Kuźniacki to receive doctoral diplomas. Congratulations on getting your habilitation diploma. Congratulations on receiving your habilitation diploma. Congratulations, and I wish you all the best and further successes on your way in professional career. Now please welcome our rector back on stage. We will now welcome all the new doctoral candidates from the Faculty of Law and Administration. New doctoral candidates will be invited in stage. The following candidates, please welcome on stage, and may I ask everybody to rise, please. Thank you. Please be seated. Now there will be award ceremony accompanied by the PhD Małgorzata Sieradzka and our rector to take part in the ceremony. Please welcome the thesis advisors and assistant thesis advisors. Please welcome professors from our university. Please welcome thesis supervisors and assistant thesis supervisors who unfortunately are missing today, but we congratulate them on their successes nevertheless. Congratulations on getting your doctoral degree to Dr. Ilona Szczepańska. Congratulations on receiving doctoral degree to Dr. Arkadiusz Matusiak. Congratulations on receiving doctoral degree to Dr. Bartosz Sierakowski. Congratulations on receiving doctoral degree to Dr. Daniel Szmurło. Congratulations on receiving doctoral diploma to Dr. Monika Dudka. Congratulations on receiving doctoral degree to Dr. Agata Kocińska-Madera. Congratulations on receiving doctoral diploma to Dr. Justyna Michalak. Congratulations on receiving doctoral diploma to Dr. Maciej Waś. Congratulations on receiving doctoral diploma to Dr. Sylwia Majewska. Dear doctoral laureates, we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. We will now proceed to Łazarski Diamond Award. It is our tradition to promote university graduates who have achieved professional successes and contribute to building a strong image to Łazarski University. By decision of the jury, the first winner is Dr. Krzysztof Konopka. Please welcome to the stage. Dr. Konopka is a court expert at the court in Częstochowa and the field of forensic examination. He's a president of Polish Society of Courts, member of International Police Association, Polish Forensic Society, Association of Polish Police Commanders, supervisor of postgraduate studies at the Chodkowska University Academy. He also publishes numerous publication articles on helping students to develop, acquire experience, and develop profession. Your Magnificence, dear Senate, distinguished guests and students, I am deeply moved after be here after 16 years. It has been 16 years since I received my diploma from the Ryszard Łazarski School of Commerce and Law with a distinction, receiving my master degree. Now I stand before you as a doctor of legal science, but as a encouragement to you students, I would like to mention I'm also legal expert in Częstochowa, Łomża, Ostrołęka, chairperson for the legal experts, university lecturer. And I speak all this with certain humility to show you, my dear students, that all of your future professional roads can start right here. To quote Seneca, if you do not know the port of your destination, you will not have good winds. I wish you to know your port of destination. I wish you to know what you wish to achieve. I wish you a lot of humility and consistency in what you do. Soon the classes will start. In October, I will say to my students that there is something what I know and you do not. But there is something what you do know and I do not know. Our classes do not consist in proving to one another who knows or doesn't know, but to share the knowledge, to encourage development. And this is what I would like to achieve. I wish you all successes, and I wish you to the university authorities to thank you for this achievement. It is our pleasure to mention that based on decision of the jury, the winner of this year's edition of Łazarski Diamonds is also Dr. Małgorzata Wojciechowicz, who unfortunately cannot be with us due to the participation in an international conference. Best regards and sincere wishes. I will now ask Ms. Marta Stefaniak, who is a leader of the Students' Self-Government Council. In the name of the Student Self-Government, I would like to welcome you all at our inauguration. It is my pleasure and honor to stand before you as a representative of academic community. Thank you for your presence here. The new year is a new possibilities, challenges, discoveries, and possibly successes. It's a beginning of a new adventure or a new step in the development of your career. This day is very important to all of us. Again, we stand here at the beginning of the year and see new members joining our community. Please allow me to guide my words to you. It asks for reflection, self-improvement and development, and respect for knowledge. Dear students, especially first-year students, your first year is a first step which is not a due obligation, but your choice. To choose our university, you have started a new chapter in your life. You're welcome to start new relationships, new family. You have joined a new academic community. But do remember, a lot is on your shoulders. Do not focus only on just getting grades, but take advantage of all additional opportunities offered to you. A few years ago, I was in your position. I had many questions, sometimes without answers, but in time, those answers will come. This time is for meeting new people, starting new friendships, but facing new challenges and new obligations. I know how you feel, but the best of your years are just to come. As a chairperson of the self-government organization, I suggest to mutual respect, trust, and cooperation as a guiding principles for our work. Be ambitious. You will have support for your older colleagues and authorities of the university. They always have supported us. Student self-government is not just a representation in front of the authority, it is the voice of students. And I wish to encourage you to support one another and build relationships. I wish you to have all success and the best time of your life, that you will gather as much as possible. Thank you for being here today. Let this be a year full of challenges but also successes. All the successes ahead of you.
A teraz zapraszamy na scenę i prosimy o zabranie głosu przedstawiciela
Now please welcome representative of the doctoral self-government society, Mr. Daniel Lubowiecki. Dear authorities, honorable representatives of the state, representatives of academic community, ladies and gentlemen, and dear doctoral candidates. The beginning of a year is officially starting a new year of a challenge ahead of your career. In the name of the self-government for the doctoral studies, I wish you to use this time the best as you can to develop your knowledge, develop your passion, but also I would like to encourage you to make new relationships, take new challenges, and to take part in activities, scientific conferences, represent, make your speeches, express your point of view, as all this will contribute to not just getting concrete knowledge, but also social networking contacts that will be very useful in your future career. I wish you all the best, a lot of energy, and best successes in the academic coming year. Now, please be kind to all raise. It is the time for the students of the first year to be officially introduced into academic community of Łazarski University. Please welcome representatives of the Polish language students. Erika Olas, Nikodem Moszański, Karol Rydziński. Please repeat after me the words of an oath. Please repeat after me. On entering the community of the Łazarski University, I solemnly vow to pursue the knowledge, broaden my horizons, and develop my duties of a student. I vow to behave with dignity as a responsible member of academic community, respect the rules and customs, to meet the standards of academic community. I promise to uphold the good name of Łazarski University. Congratulations, you will now receive the traditional students' books as a token of your membership in academic community. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic year 2023-2024 is now officially opened. May you be good, happy, and fortunate. Now we shall proceed to the inaugurational speech. We will have an opportunity to listen to Professor of the Medical Science, Stanisław Czudek, whose speech will be on the next revolution in surgery. Thank you very much, Professor, for accepting our invitation. Thank you very much for being invited to make a speech at the inauguration of your academic year. Please let me introduce my vision. What is the new next revolution in surgery according to my point of view? Maybe I should say a few words about myself. I'm Polish, but all the documents I have are Czech. I was born in Czech Republic, but my family and my forefathers have lived here for 500 years. It's just a case that 1920 year after World War I, the Śląsk area was divided and half of my family was on Czech Republic side and the other half of Polish Republic side. So please forgive me if I do not speak perfectly in Polish, because on a day-to-day basis I do not exactly use it. I'm a professor of the surgery and oncology. I think everybody should have a goal and pursue that goal. I would like to fly into space. I would like to become a doctor. Finally, I decided and managed to be one of the first few people to perform laparoscopy surgery in the first half of the 1994 exactly. This year this photographs from Kennedy Space Center from the United States, where 100 surgeries were selected for special mission to operate bots that will take care of the surgery for space personnel in outer space. You can please find out or scan my person, my health, and my personal data. This is a friend from Hong Kong who has just done that. Let me go back to the development of robotic surgery. It is really a continuation of the surgery development. Robotic is added not because I'm from Czech Republic, but it really is based from Karel Čapek, a Czech writer, 100 years ago, from the word robota, which in Polish means just work. The vision was that American army had a program of several teams then surgeons 300-400 kilometers away from the battle lines would operate remotely by use of the remote applications. Another project from NASA, one person from based on the Earth would perform surgery on a patient being on the moon, or vice versa. It could have been done on the International Space Station. Europe has introduced a bit later its own program called Dr. Congo, which was supposed to be an assistance program where it was meant to introduce 9 surgical theaters in Congo, and here, present in Warsaw or from Brussels, we would perform remote surgeries for the patients on the other side of the world. For example, appendicitis. As I said, the beginning of the 90s, I managed to be part of this program, in NASA American Army program. It was meant to teach us how to operate remotely on robots on remote patients. The beginnings, of course, were extremely difficult. Introduce a robotic operation in the beginning of the 90s and then introduce it into Central Europe, big challenge. Somehow we managed to do this, and now this robotic surgery that you have heard about, you see, oh, this hospital has a robotic surgery, must be high level, high tech. Don't believe it. 30, 25 years ago, those robots have already been in practice. And it seems that one surgery simply stated, based by performed, has actually turned out to be very successful. I'm not saying that we shouldn't buy robots, but robots should be bought in Poland for 40 million people, citizens, maximum 20 units or 20 units divisions that should cooperate. In practice, it might not always work like this. Some surgeries, like prostatectomy, seems to be the most simple solution. There are other solutions on a level of clinical research, and I would not recommend them as of yet. Especially, I wouldn't recommend this for young doctors, when it can be done by laparoscopy instead, much better. This is the story 25 years old. When we were introducing robots, we had a deal with the French doctors. Those who were dealing with the new technologies in Strasbourg. We had an appointment to make first operation surgery remotely. Everything was prepared. I prepared from my side. As you can see, the patient with the robotic arms attached to him. Surgeons who were monitoring, as nobody knows what could happen, so a human being needs to be present. This is me sitting barefoot, and right hand, left hand on joysticks. Those joysticks I keep in my hands. Please remember, this is 20, 25 years ago. It's an old ancient history. Unfortunately, the outcome of that surgery was only limited to the incisions and operation surgery on the intestine was discovered to have a tumor. To unfortunately misunderstanding between the French doctors, the surgery was based to plan on the beginning of the September 20 years ago. Unfortunately, even though French were prepared, we were prepared. American policies and sponsors for that project, especially France Telecom as a sponsor, decided it could not be done from the west to the east, from the Strasbourg to Czech country. It made me very angry. It didn't work out. Politics got in the way. Sponsors decided otherwise. This surgery would not be done from France to Czech, but from Mount Sinai Hospital in the United States, New York, to Strasbourg in Europe, where a colleague of mine was sitting at the hospital in New York and performed this remote surgery 7,000 kilometers away for the patient in Strasbourg. It was done from New York to Strasbourg. We were thinking that this history would happen exactly as it did. It turned out it changed. When all the new technologies came into play and were introduced, when IT computing technologies happened, surgery went in a completely new direction. The goal of my short presentation is focus on this direction. So what will the future hold for us? A human always wants to be faster, better, higher, further. If Henry Ford wanted to go faster than the fastest horse, he must have invented something like a car. So did we in medicine. This evolution, I would say revolution, has not been possible without, for example, anesthetics. These framework suggesting all the milestones in the history of medicine, anesthesia, antisepsis, even Maria Skłodowska-Curie, whose input is undeniable in X-ray. It should be suggested that Wrocław and Kraków hospital experts are still very much held in esteem. Where will this surgery go? Laparoscopy and endoscopy will not necessarily be suitable. You may choose incredibly new and revolutionary applications which are being applied right now. When we introduce artificial intelligence and the 6G telecommunication, those results, although we do not know them yet publicly, they are potentially fascinating, and they will be even more so. From the typical open patient surgery to the less invasive surgery through the robotic surgery, please note how quickly this has proceeded, how fast the things are moving right now. Robot is not just a joystick-based gadget. There can be also done for plenty of technologies. This is a computer system that is working in unison, not only depending on one element, human element, is still in center, but using a lot of technologies assisting this. This is what will in some hospitals look like, or maybe already looks like, operation theater in some hospitals. The only person there is a patient. Surgeon is next, and the robots perform well enough, and they can handle those surgeries by themselves. As you can see, those arms already operate surgical tools, even cooperating one with another. It is realistically working right now. In the operational theater, we do not have a surgeon as a human. Maybe we will go in this direction. Instead of me going to hospital with appendicitis, a company will bring an artificial intelligence robot to my home, put them above me, and the surgeon 500 kilometers away from me will operate on me in my own home. Probably not. But, as you say, you never know. This is already being introduced. Let me just highlight how quickly, how accelerated the progress is. Everything is now interconnected, not only in medicine. We might not see this yet. We don't have especially conditions to see it yet. But those parts work together, like trains, planes, telecommunication. All of them are already using under the control of communication systems. Medical science will not be an exception. It will go in the same direction. Obviously, we will need internet connection. Artificial intelligence, although it is a very wide-ranging issue. Edge computing, supercomputing, all these is already working. But we do not know about this, we do not hear about this yet. But even in Europe, especially in the United States, it's already operating. Oh, and China. Although I didn't really want to talk about it, but do we really know about the COVID-19 response in Chinese city of Wuhan? We might not want to go into details, but please look how Chinese were able to connect within 24 hours, 4,000 beds hospital, fully equipped in 48 hours. In 1 year, they built 13,000 bed hospitals available for patients on sports stadiums and in university auditoria, or even at the airport. The details are still hazy, but it was not openly admitted. Please note how 3 years ago, when COVID-19 times started, how all of this accelerated. What is therefore the future of surgery? As a matter of fact, nobody seems to know. The problem seems to be the energy. Medicine doesn't really know very well, or it's not very well engaged into types and kinds of energy like USG, X-ray, this type of radiation or another. It is an absolute minimum medicine is familiar with. We know the laureate from the 1965, the work of Richard Feynman. Back then, he did mention the quantum mechanics at a DNA level. Today, we talked about this. As a matter of fact, we can now cut through DNA strands. 3 years ago, Nobel laureates was given to 3 ladies, French and American doctors, for the so-called CRISPR-Cas9, cutting parts, specific parts of our genetic code used in treatment of thalassemia. And in treatment of cancer, in oncology issues. Maybe the most important I wanted to show you is the road from tissues and instruments to information and energy. This is the direction the road is leading in medicine, future of medicine. When we were opening the new methods of surgery, now with non-invasive methods, we focus on directed energy, able to destroy specific source or tumor inside human body. We need to change the way we think about surgery. We think, oh, a doctor must cut a patient open, see the tumor and cut it out. Not true. We do not really need that anymore. We can program that tumor to even vaporize it. The health service today, in a small percentage of the whole spectrum, is using only just a fraction of available spectrum. The tools, this artificial intelligence application, it's very important to make sure both sides not to allow complications and have the patient having a shock. Therefore, to safeguard against this, these tools allow me to confirm, yes, the combination was successful, yes, we can manage those 2 bits and pieces without the risk of patient going into shock. And so information, energy seem to be moving incredibly fast. Human has always looked in a classical, typical term from Da Vinci's image over thousands of years. We are used to quick and smaller, better approach. Now we're going the other direction, from the meters to centimeters to micrometers. Who has ever heard about femtosecond? This is something that very few people know about. All those slides I am showing you are already of historical value. Certain information here may not be applied anymore. The situation is much better now, much more advanced. To show you the whole system of all together, to make you aware of connection and practical application, let me come back to the beginning of my presentation when I said I was sitting 300 kilometers behind the front line, and I am able to, by robotic arm, stop the bleeding in a wounded soldier who has been wounded in the action. I can do that now. But now I can do it with the help of the new technologies. And such a high intensity focused ultrasound, well focused on a specific place, I can do much, much easier. It's already a fact. It's working. Please take a look. This I have made an incision, a pig, to its femoral tissue. It would allow the patient to die within a few minutes. I am now taking advantage of this USG highly concentrated tool, and I can stop the bleeding. Not sure how much you know about the technical aspects of it, but can you see the scar? It is so advanced, but it's already a history. It can be done, and it is being done. We are already doing, mostly at child patients, high-tech energy streams to combat brain tumors and brain cancers. So many people are dying from the tumors and cancer among children. It is a absolutely disaster, but we can stop it. 10 years ago, we were not available such tools, and we didn't know what to do. Now we can. The future of surgery? You can make your own conclusion. I'll show you my vision. Its history, it's a laparoscopy in the left hand, right hand robotic arm. And the future? Doesn't matter if it's in a box. Of course, it's just a virtualization of the real thing. A patient would come in, lie down, and all technologies that may come to your mind would be used in one: testing, diagnosis, programming, and a gene therapy level. In future, who knows, maybe this will be possible to perform at your own home. Maybe not, but one never knows. Until 2040. But later on, who knows? Using these technologies is absolutely amazing. It is happening already now. In the United States, scientific medical institutes in Europe, in China, in some units that we do know they do take place. These new technologies will be, of course, used in all aspects of medicine. But haven't we forgotten about a human? When I'm looking at you, do you see me? Do you have any perception of me as a person? But a human being, contact, interpersonal, is getting lost, is being gradually lost. Of course, I am a great enthusiast of new technologies, but I do believe we need to talk as humans to one another. This is a photograph I want to show you at the very last of my wife in the place where we live. There is a mountain, Polish and Czech border, when in 1998 I had the pleasure to talk with John Paul II in 1998 in Vatican, when I had the pleasure to talk about this very mountain on the border, which is 120 kilometers away from me in Wadowice, the place of origin of Karol Wojtyła. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you very much for listening, and let's keep our fingers crossed for the new technologies to be used in a good direction. And please let's not forget that we are humans and we do need normal contact between one another, human touch. Thank you. Thank you for this interesting performance. I have noticed even the audience members taking photographs of the slides. This testifies to a great interest in your speech, Professor. All rise, please. I will now ask the choir to sing the Audeamus Gitur. Please be seated. We are heading towards the end of our ceremony. I would also like to thank everybody who contributed to its organization. Choir, our marketing division, administration, audio and visual experts that make this possible to happen. And what's most important, we managed to fit into the 2 hours foreseen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being present. And I now conclude the inauguration of academic year at Wazarski University 2023-2024. Please be raised. The university banner will exit now.